Getting answers, true crime, and now to a story that grabbed the attention of Western Mass. Local activist Szot Robles was shot in Szot Park in Chicopee back in 2017.
4 years later, his family is still searching for answers. Who did this? But more importantly, as his mom tells me, is why did they do this? Tonight, we're digging deeper into his case as his killer remains at large.
If it's a beautiful spring day, it makes me sad. If it's a rainy day, it makes me sad because he liked those too.
Noemi Arganzoni still painfully feels the loss of not having her son, Szot Robles, around.
Nothing is going to bring my son back.
On September 10th, 2017, the well-known Springfield community organizer was shot to death in Szot Park. His mom tells us Szot, who was 33 at the time, had a friend who lived in that area. And when people who knew him saw his car in the parking lot of the park but didn't see him, they knew something was wrong.
Some items were still there in the car.
So his family and friends began searching for him that Sunday night.
We were looking to see if he was hurt, but never did I ever imagine that he would have been killed.
Noemi finally fell asleep around 4 a.m., hopeful that she'd see her son on that Monday. But sadly, that wasn't how the day played out.
I recall the day very vividly and responded to the scene on that morning.
Hampden County District Attorney Anthony Gallooni tells Western Mass News Szot's body was discovered on the morning of the 11th.
That person, if I recall, was someone who was walking through and there was no suspicion.
The witness walking through Szot Park near Abbey Memorial Drive.
In that area was where Mr. Robles' body was found.
Szot's mom, Noemi, waking up to a call around 8 in the morning from Chicopee police asking her to come to the department.
I went there right away.
That's when police told her they found her son's body and he was gone.
The medical examiner told me that he died instantly.
Shot in cold blood, investigators still struggle with why someone would kill Robles.
We don't know what the motive is right now.
And for his mom, that's the one thing she wants to know.
He was doing so much for people that I didn't know.
Szot was passionate about criminal justice reform after previously spending time in prison for dealing drugs. But Noemi says he turned his life around for the better. So much so that when he died, hundreds came together in support for her.
That's when I realized the impact that my son had had in the community.
A local activist who supported others going through what he did, and he could have helped even more people if his life wasn't taken too soon.
Szot was truly an innocent victim.
Both District Attorney Gallooni and his mom believe someone out there knows something.
Somebody knows. Probably more than one person knows.
And now they need to come forward.
We have confidential tip lines.
You can text a tip anonymously right now to the number on your screen, 274-637, followed by any information you may know.
I'm just still hopeful that we'll get answers.
Now, in our last true crime, you might remember the deck of cards that we told you about last week that the state is now putting in correctional facilities to help bring them tips. The Northwestern DA told us they're planning on using them in the case of William Dzinski. Gallooni says they'll also use them in Szot's case.